So, my Joe doesn't know about any of this. He knows I do online. He doesn't know the extent of it. Okay? He doesn't know the extent of it. Not in any universe. Now, why does he not know the extent of it? Because it's trivial and shallow to him, so why am I going to share it with him? Right? Joe doesn't know of my insanity either. Okay? So, you guys a lot of you guys have been following me for a long time. You know all of this that Joe doesn't know. Right? But what you don't know is the stuff that I would never say out here, the side of me that Joe knows. Okay? Following me? Joe bombards my email. I was gone all day visiting my mother. And it takes too much out of me. He called me, I ignored his phone call, and I texted him. I said, I can't talk. I just got home. I was expecting a food delivery. I didn't tell him that. I just said I got home after a long day visiting my mom. We can talk tomorrow. There's very little that Joe sends me that I could or would ever talk about out here. Okay? But I wouldn't want to. Does that make sense? Yeah, you're nuts. You're nuts. Yeah, I know. Some of you know about that too. Not everybody, because I have new subscribers all the time. And it's not like I'm hiding this. I just want to make that clear. Okay? The me that Joe knows, you guys can't know. It's that simple. Okay? But the me that you guys know, or particularly the me that you used to know, the types of videos I used to do, Joe doesn't know that side of me, and Joe would have zero interest in that side of me. See? So there's basically nobody, of all the billions of people on this earth, there's nobody that knows all of it. Nobody that knows all of it. Why do you think that guy, just arrogance? He might not have even ever been caught if he hadn't pulled down his mask at that, in front of they say that he was flirting with the girl in the hostel, like the employees. But you have to wonder, huh? He hides his identity. He would have probably never been caught. Except that he did that. Very strange, huh? I think about things like that. And Joe has no idea what I've been doing for all these years. He knows I do it, but he doesn't know the extent of it. Because it wouldn't, why would I tell him? You know? If it's nothing he'd be interested in. There'd be no point in me telling him. That should tell any of you smart, any of you really smart, that Joe doesn't really know me. But no one can say, well, then you're deceiving Joe. I don't think I'm not deceiving Joe. I mean, you know, because he's going to be interested. And dude, I don't know. Years ago, one of you who liked me suggested that I do something. Oh, I know what it was, and I was not going to do it. Thought about it. Does it even says it's clips for sale? But anyway, I wasn't going to do that. If I was doing something like that, or like I for the hell of it, I just watched a documentary, just curiosity. They called The Rise of OnlyFans or something. And women who they think that they had statistics, and they think that, oh, if I just do this, I'm going to make a ton of money, and it doesn't work that way. In fact, they said that these women get into this thinking that, and it's not true. And they said like 1% of the ones who decide to do that. It's not just women, but they 1%, like make 99% of the income or something. So people hear about that, mostly women, and they, oh my God, they're doing this, and they're making millions and millions of dollars, and they're making more than some top musicians and whatever. But even way back when, in my prime, I would never have wanted to do something like that. It didn't even exist. I'm just saying, I wouldn't. Money doesn't mean anything. I mean, it'd be nice to have a little bit of money, but as you guys know, any of the PG-13 risque stuff that I have done over the decades is I've done it for no money. I've done it just for fun. Just for fun. But I watch documentaries like that sometimes out of curiosity. I watch tons and tons of all kinds of ones, like, out of curiosity. Oh. Into more serious stuff, I don't know what's going to happen with my mom. Some of you have been following me for a long time. Remember that when I went to Joe's before, me and Churchwoman was involved too. Because I knew, and other people in her life knew, that she couldn't live alone. I couldn't stay here anymore, not because of her, because of things that I cannot say out here unless I get out of this area completely, like out of this state. If I get to Joe's and I can say everything. But I didn't leave because of my mom. I left because the P head and Joe miraculously, because he'd always, there's no way he was going to let him have Omar. No way in hell. But he mellowed out a little bit, but then it turned out he couldn't stand Omar, as you guys know. Or some of you know. So, even when I said to him, well, you knew how Omar is, I talked about you. Well, it's, yeah, Laura, but it's one thing to hear about it, it's another thing to actually live it. Pugs are bred to be needy. You know? Pugs are... Joe would be jealous. He'd be pissed off. I told you guys. We'd be having a conversation, and Omar'd start whining. And Joe would be pissed. Like, every time we're getting to something deep, talk, you dog. But Joe, that's my baby. That's my love, my light. You know what I mean? He's an animal. He can't help it. I'd give anything to hear that cry again. You know? But anyway, I did not leave because of my mom. I left because things that would blow your mind. Traumatized for life from these things, even though they're not happening anymore. Because while they were happening, I couldn't even believe it. So I was in a continuous state of just, oh. Just unfathomable, unfucking believable. Nightmare, like. It got really bad. There was one time I was shit-faced, and I revealed way too much, so there could be somebody who knows. But I uploaded a video, and then it was overnight. I passed out and woke up, and the video was out there for a very short amount of time, and it showed 50 views. So 50 views doesn't mean anything, because people will watch something for like a minute. Doesn't mean there's nobody that saw it. but that was scary fucking shit. And it was, and it shows why I had to get the fuck out of here. I can't even believe, like, how, what happens in our lives, just, oh God, oh my God. I have that somewhere, but I'd never be able to find it, and I wouldn't be able to know what it is. Actually, I don't know if I deleted it or just put it on, no, I probably deleted it. I probably saved it and deleted it. I don't think I would have just put it on private because I get scared that someone might be access private. It was bad. I think I was like screeching, like in agony or whatever. And again, this is stuff that I can't say out here. Just mind-blowing stuff. The degree to which people can just take advantage of my mother's illness, and she just, oh my God. Traumatized for life, me, over that. Because it went on for too long. Even that guy recently having sex with her or whatever in my home, you know. That was taking advantage of her. And I suffered from it, right? But maybe he had mental illness too, whatever. I know he wanted sex. That's not a mental illness, but you know. Oh God, it's just too much. I think back on it all, and like, it can't have happened. I just need to count my losses and get to, please, dear God, fucking Joe. Just get to Joe and just. Gambled my whole entire existence with running off to Donald, and that was a lie, that was a joke, that nearly destroyed me, okay? Then there was the regrettable insanity. And now it's just all come full circle, and I just need to count my losses and you know. But anyway, some of you remember that when I was going to Joe, and I told you guys this, I knew my mom couldn't live alone. I was afraid for her. I'm like, even church women got involved. We'll sell this place, and again, it's legally mine, but I did this for my mother. We'll sell this place, Mama, and church women's going to take us to look at assisted livings. Like, we'll sell this place, and my mom was having none of it. None of it. So she had her chance. Remember, that was 3 years ago. Now, I don't believe, I mean, she couldn't even be in an assisted living. She can't live alone at all. She really has to be in a nursing home or have constant care at home. And that's just fucking sad, but you know. But 3 years ago, she could have been in this, but she was having none of it. Her mind tells her that she can live alone and she can take care of this. She can't. I gave you guys even one little proof, okay? I came back here I open up that refrigerator. There's red meat, hamburger, dripping. Again, do you know what kind of you can get really sick? Wasn't on a plate, in the refrigerator, top shelf, dripping the red stuff down onto her food. Remember, I was gone 5 months. But that alone, I was in shock at that. And it was disgusting here. I found like a bugs, not, you know what I mean, like a bug on the, but I found stuff behind them. I found she hadn't, and she told me she didn't know how, even though church woman had taken her to buy a vacuum. She didn't vacuum, she didn't clean it all. She didn't clean it all for those 5 months. But not cleaning doesn't put you in danger. Having no common sense to have red meat dripping down your refrigerator into oh my God. You know that's just one of the things. But the fact is that doesn't apply anymore. But I was ready to do it. We'll sell this place and we'll get you into an assisted living. And she was having none of it. And then a couple of years ago, everything got bad. It started getting bad less than a couple of years ago. Year and a half, whatever it was, got bad for her. And it's not just mental anymore, it's physical, and one thing after another. And, told you what the doctor said. The doctor, after she spent that month at the hospital and then, went into the horrible one-star rated facility. I don't believe she'd even still be with us if she hadn't had that thing where she was found barely breathing, and then I got those 2.5 days to realize I can't have her in this. But I've been thinking about not doing that. I've been thinking about, but I had to figure it out where I can get to within a reasonable time. Means public transportation, I told you, a reasonable amount of time is under 3 hours total. Okay? And that bitch at the hospital gave me no chance to even do that, to even think. She calls me up. She hadn't called me in 2 days, and then blah, blah, blah. And the first person, and just so, and everything she did was wrong. I don't, honestly, 100%, I don't lie. I don't think my mom would still be with us right now if all that hadn't happened and she had stayed in that shithole. So if the shitholes are the only ones I can get to easily, I got her into a better one, but I can't go more than twice a week. So she's on her own. She has to protect herself too. But it's fucking weird how life turns out. Because she went into that one for those 2.5 days. And what I learned about them just in that short amount of time, the broken call light, the not realizing that, not checking and questioning, like, there's something wrong if the person, you're following doctor's orders that were wrong, that you're gonna dehydrate her and give her 32 measly ounces a day of fluid. And oh my God, I've never seen my mom look so old as when I walked in and she couldn't talk, the poor woman, and Mama, how are you? And I'm here to, and I'll never get over that. She looks way better now compared to that, but they don't recognize something's wrong. No, because they're a fucking 1-star rated facility. They're a shithole. So all that happened, and it gave her a chance to have a chance in hell of surviving. But it doesn't matter where she is. I'm the only consistent one, okay? Do you know how many people in her life haven't visited her even once? They don't visit, let alone have any ability to protect her. Only me. I'm not staying here in this state. She needs to come with me, if she can survive. It doesn't mean she won't be in a nursing facility there. It means where we're going, it'll be just hell of a lot nicer by virtue of where we're going. Do I have any faith that's going to happen? No, because I don't have any faith, period. I'm not Joe. And when I said, don't insult me, don't insult my intelligence by saying, well, maybe your mom will get a new roommate. She hasn't got any, by the way, yet. But as good as... Of course they won't. The old roommate said, well, maybe she'll get someone. No, she won't. Someone online who's a longtime viewer, fan of mine, okay, said maybe she'll get... No, she won't. Joe said the same thing. No, she won't. It's just common sense. I mean, think about it logically. That woman was one of a kind. She was there first. She knows the ropes. She's been in this place before. She's just a hot ticket. You have to not only care about my mom not falling, but you also have to be somebody. Most people won't defy authority. Authority was telling my mom's roommate, and she just gave her middle fingers, figuratively, don't get involved. The woman still got involved. She helped my mom dial phones. She helped my mom get into drawers. She helped my mom with her... And they don't want her to get involved, and she did it anyway. She defied them. Nobody coming in, some new person, is going to do that. They'd fear they'd get in trouble. They would fear my mom would yell at them. They don't know the situation. Of course they don't. So when I say don't insult my intelligence to whoever, my longtime fan, viewer, online, my mom's former roommate, and Joe. But Joe has his faith, and he's like, maybe she'll get another gift from God. Saying, no. She's so far, but again, it only takes one wrong move. But she doesn't have a new roommate yet, and but maybe she wants attention. But when I visited her today, she was still having the alarm go off and trying to get up. Sit back down. You're going to fall. I don't care. You got to wait for them to come.